Hello folks, welcome back to another Smart Simple Savings. I'm Stuart, and today we're talking about another infograph that the Visual Capitalist did, and it's talking about the salary you need in order to buy a house in 50 different US cities. And so we're going to talk about what happens if you don't make that salary, and we're going to look at the house you get for some of the prices they talk about. So let's jump into it. Alright, Visual Capitalist built this infograph based off information from a website called House to Home. House to Home used information from the National Realtors Association's Q1 2022 data in order to get the median home price. And then they took a survey that Freddie Mac did on 30-year fixed rate mortgages in order to get the base cost of the home. In order to get to the salary needed for the homes, they're using what's called a basic debt to income ratio that a lot of mortgage companies use. And they're using 28%, which is usually the max a mortgage company wants to approve for, based off of what the base cost of the home, so what you pay every month in your mortgage, divided by your gross income, gets you that percentage. So you could do that now to see what your percentage is. But they're assuming a 4% interest rate with a 20% down payment, and using that to use that front end debt calculation to figure out what the salary required would be in order to purchase these homes. So now let's take a look at some of the homes that were listed. We're going to look at the lowest one, which was surprising, is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, the median home price was $185,000. Using their calculation, that takes the monthly note of $1,000, requiring a $42,000 salary. Moving up, if you went to Atlanta, the median home price was $350,000, requiring a salary of $69,000 and a monthly payment of $1,600. If you go up to Boston, that median home price was $639,000 with a salary of $130,000, requiring a payment of $3,000 a month. You jump up to San Jose, the highest on this list, beating out New York and LA. The median home price was $1.875 million, requiring a salary of $330,000 a year and a monthly payment of $7,717. Now, some of these cities surprise me, with Pittsburgh being the Northeast and being the lowest, and San Jose beating out LA and New York. But I also want to look at the house you get for some of these prices, because I think it'll be surprising. So I took some of these numbers and I went on to realtor.com and started searching in a few cities to see what kind of home you get for these prices. So I started out in Pittsburgh and I searched for a home for $185,000. And you can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home about 1,200 square feet for that price. Moving up to San Jose for that exactly $1.875 million, you get a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home for about 1,800 square feet. Not a big difference. And then so I went and looked at my hometown here in Memphis, which fell kind of right in the middle of these 50 U.S. cities. And with a median home price of $260,000, I found a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, which was about 1,500 square feet. And so looking at these and looking at even a few more, you're not getting a much different house across this range of cities. So now we got to talk about is if you're in one of these cities and you can't afford a home, what do you do about it? So looking at this data, what do we do if we don't make the salary needed in one of these cities, or the homes we're looking for are out of our range? So we've got a few options. Without a housing correction happening, you can either decide to rent until a housing correction does happen, or just be happy because you want to stay in that city with renting permanently. But you can also look at relocating. You can either decide, I want to own a home, so I'm going to move to a city and find a job in a city where I can make that dream happen. Or because of COVID, there's so many remote jobs, you may be able to turn your job into a remote position or look for one and move to that city. You can also look for additional income. Maybe you go to your boss and negotiate for a higher salary, or you pick up a second job. There's so many other jobs out there where you can do on the side, from home, before or after work, to make extra income that would help you provide the home for your family that you want. But two big things that I want you guys to take away from this. One is that debt to income ratio. Make sure you're not stretching yourself too thin. My goal of this channel is to help you guys grow your financial future and achieve your dreams. But you can buy a house and strap yourself down with too much of a monthly note that will destroy those dreams. So use those percentages. Another big thing is to make sure you're using a good down payment. That's the Dave Ramsey coming out of me. Looking at a lot of these numbers, they assumed a 20% down payment, but a lot of people will only do 10% or less. And if you're doing that, looking at a lot of these stats, it was requiring a $10, $15, sometimes $20,000 increase in your salary for putting a 10% down payment instead of a 20%. So spend an extra year or so, put the extra time and effort into saving 20%, 30% or more for a down payment. That's going to significantly reduce your monthly note, and then over the life of that loan, that 15, 20, 30-year mortgage, the amount you're actually going to end up paying out in interest and fees. So make sure you guys are doing that, because once you get to that 20%, also know that PMI goes down. So you can knock that out on the front end by doing that 20%. But take that into account when you're looking for a house. It's so easy to say, oh, the bank's going to give me this much money for a house, we'll be able to afford it. And then a few years in, something happens and you've got to sell the house of your dreams because you didn't do the work on the front end of doing the calculations for your financial future. Always try to live beneath your means, and that includes the house you're in. Alright guys, thanks for watching. My goal of this channel is to provide you guys with some information and education to be able to change your financial future, save, invest, and achieve your dreams. And so I hope you guys continue to do that. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Please leave a comment. It makes a big difference in my videos, and I love being able to have conversations with you guys. I will see you guys on the next one, and continue to be smart, simple savers.